got my mind made up. Now I won't turn back. Because I want to see my Jesus someday.
Alright, tuanze.
In action.
Hi
guys.
I'm Gracie.
And I'm Damon.
Welcome to today's video. This what? Welcome to today's video.
Yeah.
So today what are we discussing, baby?
We are talking about money. So many of you people have requested for us to do a video about finances.
Yeah, people always ask about how do you manage finances as a couple, how do you blah 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 blah. Of course, we're not gonna go in depth because that's quite personal, but we're gonna just give you like surface layout, something that you can work with in regards to handling your finances. But also you have to realize that people are different. Me and Damon are two different people. You and your spouse could be two totally different people.
Yep.
And you have to sit down and have an understanding. Something that's very important to discuss before you get married is finances. You cannot get into marriage not knowing the other person's ideologies about money, because you're gonna be moneying together, like till death do you part. So technically you have to have somewhat be on the same page, not exactly, but have to be able to blend and gel in terms of how you handle finances as a family.
But did we know how we were relating with money?
We kind of did. We just didn't know we did.
Okay.
Because when we met, I had a job. We were both not graduates. We're both in school.
Yeah.
We're both studying.
Yeah.
But I had a job, but he didn't. He was in ministry. So basically, what were you living off of? Whatever you were living off of. But so I had the job. So I had my ways with money. I was living alone for the better part of our dating, actually, because I lived alone for a year before we got married, and we dated a year before I moved out. So I'd lived during our dating time. I lived at home for a year, and then I moved out and lived alone for a year. So during my period of moving out, I got to figure out how to manage my money. And I think we've mentioned this before, but some in a different platform, that I, from a young age, by young age I mean as soon as I got out of Form 4, my dad used to give me an allowance, and that's what he's done for me and my other siblings. So basically we were given an allowance, and that was his form of telling us that's your money for the month. So figure it out. Don't come to me about money. Of course, he wasn't that monster, but he, in a way, it really taught us how to manage our money, because anyway, when you're an adult, your money comes in the beginning of the month, and by the end of the month, you have to figure out how that money is going to spread out. And so that really helped me know how to handle my money while I was, now when I started earning and up till date.
Me, on the other hand, first of all, I want to start off by saying that money is very spiritual, and that money also has something to do with culture, how you are raised. It tells a lot, like how you interact with money comes from, like, it's very deep rooted from where you come from, your family and all those things. Like it's deep like that. So me, I come from the school of thought where our relationship with money, and this was practically my father talking to us about money. Sina pesa, msinilete stress. So there is no money. And
you know, it's funny you said that, because now a lot of things are starting to make sense.
When did I say?
Now that you've said that, now a lot of things are starting to make sense.
Guys, I think that was her I won the case look, and I don't like it. Whenever she does that face, there's a case she's won somewhere.
It's okay. Move on. Come on.
Okay, looks like we're going to have another YouTube video soon. But anyways, guys, so I remember one time when I went to my dad to ask him for school fees, and he told me, Missy Babako, I'm not your father.
I'm not your father, yeah.
go and ask your father. I was so confused for a few seconds. I was like, what do you mean you know my father? Then he said, see, God is our father, all of us. So even me, I go and ask him. So you also, you go and ask him on your own behalf. You go and ask him for money. And it is funny because in retrospect, that thing has really worked in my life. And for me, for example, like when you ask that time when you were in campus and you ask, how did I used to survive? I don't know. The only explanation I can give is that it's God. Because one time God told me to give my phone to someone who had lost their phone. I gave out the phone. My group was changed. I was moved from one group to another group in class. The group that I was moved into had older guys. One of the guys said, oh, Pastor, you don't have a phone? I'll get you a phone. He bought me a phone. You get. And then after that, when we started talking, he asked me one time after class, where do you stay? I said, I stay in Zambezi. It is quite far, like Kikuyu, comparing to like commuting to Backlands every day. So I said, why don't you live somewhere close? They said, hey, money is tough, money is tight. Then they said, so you look for a place, us will sort you out. And then I found a place. I called him. Then he told me, God has told me to be giving you 10,000 every month. And so the same God who told me to give out my phone is the same God who told this person that you know what, you need to supply.
So
you need to do this. And then for a season that worked. And for a whole full year, that guy used to send me 10,000 every month. And then after that year ended, it ended.
It went like that.
You get. And then after that, God brought someone else through my ministry who said, me, I want to support you, Percy. And then she started giving and giving and giving and giving, and then it got to a point where like that well was also
a season,
that season ended, and then she also left the ministry and everything. And so for me, it has always been the thing of me, I live on manna.
I trust
God provides today, and then so we eat for today. We don't keep for tomorrow, because if you keep for tomorrow, it will become home. So we eat everything now because God will supply for tomorrow. And this is the funny thing. As we are 7 kids, my mom raised us single-handedly. She doesn't have a job, an 8 to 5. She doesn't have a degree. She doesn't have anything. She doesn't have one business that she can say, this is the only business I run. Like it's a bunch of things. Like today she's selling milk. Tomorrow she's selling beans. Tomorrow she's handling a project somewhere, doing things. And we've seen those ups and downs where we've had a lot of money and then we've lost all the money. So I know what it is like to have and not to have. And what I have garnered from everything is that in every season, God remains to be God. Jireh, he's the provider. You get, like that is where I come from. So that is my history with money.
And it's very interesting because like one of my biggest struggles and one of the things that we've really quote unquote fought about, not fighting. You know, people ask people what people fight about. It's the kind of things people fight about. But one of the things we really, really fought about when we just got married was that thing for we live now. You know, I know I've seen memes recently where people are saying, as I eat the last of my money because the last time I did it, did I die?
Yeah.
That's right. Literally. That was him. Like he's like, but see we have, see we spent. I'm like,
see God will provide.
No. But interestingly enough, it kind of works for him. But we have gotten some structure because technically now he's not living for himself.
Just before we get there, actually, like if you look at it, you remember we said money. Your history has a lot to do with how you interact with money. You come from a place of security.
Yes, I've always had security. I'm fortunate enough to be one of those people who've never known lack. And if there was
Shout out to the man.
And if there was ever lack, we never felt it as children. My parents always found a way to cover it, and so we've always known having. We've never known not having, and it also comes with the disadvantages. But the way, don't look at it as no. It also comes with its disadvantages, because now when you're in a space where that security is not assured, things go haywire in your brain.
But that is funny you said that, because it has reminded me of, I have a very bad relationship with money. You see this car on my face right here, this car is money. I remember we were young and like things were really, really tough. Like, you know, we were having a bad time. Then we didn't have anything to eat. and I used to go and watch TV at one of the neighbors' house. I don't even know why we used to go to watch TV in that guy's house. Then I remember there was a 5-bob. Ile kobole yako na tano. You know that
The one with 5 corners.
5 bobs that
Yeah.
had 5 corners. I was so hungry. Again, I was young. I think I was young. I think I was, if I was old, I was maybe 4 or 5. So I took the money. I went and bought a donut. I remember the donut that looked like a coil. Have you ever experienced that?
No.
That donut like that.
But I've eaten it.
That looks like a coil. I went and bought it and I ate it. In the evening, the guy came and he knew that I was the one in the house. So somehow he knew I'm the one who took the money. Then he asked me, where's the money? He said, I lost it. He said, go and show me where you lost it. So I was walking on the road trying to show him, like I'm looking for the money. It was 5 shillings. Then when we got to the gate, it was a metallic gate. He grabbed my head and then he banged my head on the gate. I started bleeding, like I was bleeding, and he was beating me up. Luckily, but it's a funny story because
They
the guy
literally
who's
scarred you for life.
yeah, because the guy who's shooting this video, his father is the one who saved me that day.
Oh.
Like I remember that very well. I'm even becoming sad right now because if it wasn't for him, maybe that guy would have really harmed me because he came and then he pushed the guy away. They almost fought, you know. Then he took me home. And when I went home, my mom beat me again for stealing money. You know, it was like, so for me, my relationship with money is, you know, it's very, it comes from a very deep place. So I don't have that connection to money like that. And that's why for me, like I feel like for me, money is not that important for me. May feel like because God has always been my provider, has always been my supplier.
As in you don't hold money in high regard.
No. So when we got married,
Yeah.
I come into this marriage now, and I am a person who is used to God is going to provide, and she's a person who is used to security. So
Yeah.
now you can imagine like how
The conflict.
frustrating it would be for her, because for me it wasn't frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm not frustrated
It's
saying
fine.
God is going to do it.
Yeah.
We're having babies. It's fine, God will provide. Or you want to move out. Okay, fine, God will provide.
Yeah.
Or you want to do what? God will provide. And so she sat me down and then she told me, babe, we cannot live like this because it is not just about you anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, you can stay in one place for so long until it becomes your comfort zone. You don't know anything else.
Yeah.
And so she told me that, you know what, this is the model that I want us to try and work with. And can you share with them the model that you gave me?
So basically, one thing I want to say that's a positive out of his mindset with money is that it has allowed us to be where we are today. In terms of his level of faith, sometimes looks so ridiculous, but it worked for us.
Yeah.
Like some of the things we have, some of the things we own, some of the things we are yet to own is because of his mindset and his how he sees it as God is the ultimate. Yes, you can work hard. There are people who work so hard and are still like suffering. And there are people who don't work a day in their life, but they are swimming in money. But ideally for me, I have read a lot and listened a lot about how money works. And so basically the structure that I introduced to my husband is, of course, in percentages. What ideally we do or try and do is that 10% is tithe. Tithe is a non-negotiable in our home. 10% you pay your tithe, he pays his tithe because I'm not his money, he's not my money, so we pay our tithe. Then 10%, so there's different savings. So we have a 10% saving and a 20% saving. So 10% is usually individual, and that's your money, you save it, and it's usually basically just savings to put aside, you know, for rocky days, for wherever, for when Earth decides to burn. And then there's the 20% savings that we do together. And the 20% savings is basically for big purchases. So we have an account where we save money for, like, maybe we are planning to purchase a new car. We're not planning to purchase a new car, but you get where I'm going, yeah? Purchase a home, stuff like that. So big purchases, and big purchases could be buying a new couch. Like we are planning to buy a new couch. That's like our big purchase, immediate big purchase. But so those are the two types of savings that we do. So 10% individual, 20% saving towards something, and then 10% tithe. Then, like we've said so many times on our Instagram lives, when everyone will ask us about finances, the rest of our money we bring together, tunagawa kikapu. Tunashika hivi kikapu. Ha. No, we spend it as a household. And so in that money, there's something we were also taught by a lady who is a friend to the family. She's older than us, and she told us, as a family, you have to set aside money for the community. And by the community, she meant by helping out.
As a black person.
So,
As a black person. You ever had a black tax?
well, I don't think she meant black tax, but black tax also counts for such things.
Yeah.
But
Or black tax is a tax. Black tax. Yeah? Black what? Black
tax.
tax
Yeah.
is the money that when you when you become rich in your family, you have to share your wealth with everyone else.
Yeah. You are when do umeangaliwa hivi.
Your money is our money.
Exactly. That part.
Yes.
So so she'll have to set money aside to help out. So by helping out is things happen to people. Life happens to people. We have bridal showers, baby showers.
Yeah.
All those showers. We have deaths that happen to people, unfortunately, were not planned. And such things, you cannot be the people who never give.
Yeah.
So she told us, set aside money to give. Giving is so very important. And that is why you hear us saying that tithe is like the ultimate. When pesa ikifika hivi, una tithe. Hiyo ingine mna discuss baadaye ukushatoa pesa ya Mungu. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So basically, that's like our ideal model of doing money. I know we've said so many things, jumble, mambo, jumble. But what we want to tell you guys is that every model will work differently for every family. Find what works for you. Find your rhythm with your person. Find your rhythm with their household. Any of you could be earning more. You could decide the person earning more pays the big bills, the person earning less, or the person earning less pays the smaller bills, or you can be like us who bring all the money together and then do whatever. We decide what we're gonna do with it. So
Yeah, I think and what I can say is personally, like I prefer her model than my model because it gives you so much, peace, because
clarity.
You don't have like those tiny stresses that you have in the middle of the day, in the middle of having faith. So just because you have faith does not mean that you should not plan
or that you should be responsible.
Just plan.
Yeah. And don't be responsible.
I think
with
irresponsible
money.
is a very big word to tell people who have faith.
No, but I'm saying don't be responsible with money.
Yes.
Not with your faith.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but you can be responsible with your faith. Yani, irusha kila mahali, faith here, faith there, faith
Thank you
everywhere.
guys for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you next time as I try and figure out what argument she won with that faith that she gave earlier.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.